There is a fear that US dollar is losing its grip as the world's reserve currency, potentially impacting dollar-based investments. Several clients have asked about the risk of Brics nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, posed to the US dollar. There is a fear that the USD is losing its grip as the world's reserve currency, potentially impacting dollar-based investments. It is true the Brics nations have discussed reducing reliance on the dollar. Their arguments for a new system include reduced vulnerability. BRICS members want more control over their economics and less dependence on the US policy affecting their currencies, which is 100% okay. Yes, because I can't keep trading in your money and your policies in your country are affecting your money that I'm using and thereby affecting my own economy. Economic clout is the second point. Collectively, BRICS represent a significant global market and economic power. A reserve currency could reflect its growing influence. Then the third point is diversification. Some argue a multi-currency system will be more suitable than one dominated by the US dollar, and which they are totally correct, because if we continue to use the US dollar, which in the whole world we have about 195 countries, so it is only unfair to the other countries, to the other continents, for them to be indirectly be forced or be conjured into using one single country's currency. Then whatever affects that currency affects their economy. The people need their economic freedom back. These countries need their economic freedom back. Look at countries like Venezuela. Because they refuse to sell their oil with the US dollar, you can see what is happening to them. Yes, they have their own resources. They are now being told to sell their own oil in the US currency, which is not fair enough. Yes, what happens if Venezuela decides to sell its oil with its own currency, which will stabilize its own currency and save them from their decades of economic woes, and then they can be able to invest in infrastructure and reposition their country on the path of progress and success. I have seen a number of articles about the dollar's demise and some flowery pieces about the BRICS. We had BRICS summit here in Stanton last year that some describe as the most dramatic redistribution of global economic power in 150 years, as economic power has shifted systemically away from the West. Yes, so let's have a look. The image below from Visual Capitalist shows the movement of wealthy individuals around the world in 2022. Take a moment to consider this. As the saying goes, people vote with their feet. Here is what the data tells us about millionaire movements and BRICS countries in USD. 200 left Brazil, number one. 3,000 left Russia, 6,500 left India, 13,500 left China, and 500 left South Africa. So 24,700 USD millionaires left BRICS countries in 2022. Does this sound like the world is rapidly shifting towards BRICS? I see a lot of green, indicating millionaires entering. In Western countries, freedom of speech association are valuable assets, and that's something not really available in every country. Would you like to live in communist China? How about Russia? This chart doesn't surprise me. So the wealthy are leaving BRICS for the West. 80% of all reserve currency in USD or euro dominated. The only real contender to replace the dollar is the euro. It is not surprising the US and the euro have massive economies, deep financial markets, and high GDP per capita. This momentum is unlikely to disappear anytime soon. Humans are wired to believe they are witnessing history-changing events. Just because we are here now does not mean every news storyline signals a dramatic shift in global order. So, truth be told, no matter how they like, let them paint it. Yes, other continents of the world, more especially Africa, Africa needs its economic freedom. Africa cannot continue doing business in the US dollar with your euros. It is to the detriment of Africa. Yes, and one of the way that some African countries can reverse some wicked, evil contract you people, the West, signed with our predecessors when it comes to our natural resources is by joining the Brics. Yes, that is the truth. Because you cannot tell me that in a country like Botswana, they found the second largest diamond stone and Botswana don't have any right over it. Look at what happened in Burkina Faso. The government is nationalizing their mines. That's how it's supposed to be. It is the people's resources. They have right. They should have right to it. You cannot come from God knows where and own a total right over people's natural resources. This is the wickedness of the highest order. This is evil to mankind.